Many women believe that after intimacy, the key to keeping a man interested is showing affection and dedication. But the truth is, men are drawn to something far more powerful, something very few women understand. If you want him to come back, craving more, you need to grasp this crucial detail. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you all about it. After an intimate moment, many women feel an almost automatic urge to get even closer to the man. They want to send messages right away, plan the next date, or even try to define what the encounter meant. But do you know what really makes a man want to come back? Mystery. Men are naturally driven by the thrill of pursuit, and when everything becomes predictable, attraction can fade. Imagine he already knows exactly what to expect from you. Always available, always affectionate, always waiting for him. It might feel comfortable, but it also removes all the excitement. Now think about the opposite. He feels like he had you, but not completely. He realizes there are still layers of you to uncover. That feeling makes him intrigued, curious, and eager to see you again. And that's exactly what makes a man come back. This doesn't mean playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. It simply means not giving everything away all at once. After a special night, go about your life as usual. Reply to messages. On your own time, stick to your routine and let him wonder, is she thinking about me? Did she enjoy our night together? That small element of uncertainty keeps his interest alive, because no one truly values what they're certain they'll never lose. Now, if you feel like you've already revealed too much and lost that sense of mystery, don't worry. There are always ways to turn things around. But before I tell you how to make a man crave being by your side again, I need to ask you something essential. What stays on a man's mind? After a special moment, does he feel lighthearted and eager to see you again, or weighed down by expectations? The way you handle the post-date dynamic determines whether he'll want to come back or start pulling away. Men connect through emotions. If he associates you with comfort, pleasure, and good times, his desire to be with you will naturally grow. Now, consider the opposite. If he feels pressured, sensing that he must immediately meet certain expectations, the vibe changes. No one enjoys being where they feel obligated. This doesn't mean he doesn't like you, but if his emotional experience with you feels draining, he may start avoiding future encounters. Creating a space where he feels good is more powerful than any words or direct actions. The secret lies in how you express yourself. Instead of asking, "What are we now?" why not just smile and say, "That was amazing, I loved it," without expecting anything in return. This removes the pressure from the moment and leaves him wanting more. When being with you feels effortless and enjoyable, the decision to come back doesn't have to be forced. He simply wants to. Now tell me, do you think men come back faster when they feel comfortable or when they're challenged? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to truly understand what makes a woman irresistible in a man's eyes, there's something essential you need to learn. A confident woman never needs to chase. A woman who knows her worth doesn't need to run after anyone. She understands that a man should want to be with her, not feel obligated to. Confidence isn't just about words, it's in how you carry yourself. After intimacy, do you maintain your strong posture, or do you suddenly change, waiting for validation? This difference is what separates unforgettable women from those who are easily forgotten. Men are attracted to challenges, but not in the sense of emotional games. The real challenge for them is winning over a woman who has a full life, knows what she wants, and doesn't depend on anyone's attention to feel good about herself. When he realizes that you're not just sitting around waiting for scraps of attention, he starts seeing you differently. Respect and admiration are born from this attitude. This means that after a date, you continue with your routine without building unrealistic expectations. If he reaches out, great. If he doesn't, your mood doesn't depend on it. Your happiness cannot revolve around a single man. He needs to understand that having you in his life is a privilege, not a guarantee. This makes him want to put in the effort to win you over again because he knows that a confident woman won't cling to someone who doesn't value her. But it's not just about appearing confident. The way you communicate with him can either strengthen or shatter this perception. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about next. The right words can strengthen or break the connection. After a memorable date, what you say can either deepen the connection or push him away without you even realizing it. Many women think they need to say something profound or even ask about the future of the relationship. But the truth is, men connect best through light and natural interactions. If the conversation feels like pressure or an interrogation, he may start to withdraw. A simple message can change everything. Instead of asking, "Did you enjoy our night?" which already implies a need for validation, try something more playful, like, "I'm still laughing about that funny moment from last night." This brings up a positive memory and invites him to engage without feeling obligated to respond in a certain way. The key is to create an atmosphere where he wants to keep talking to you. Another powerful strategy is knowing when to talk and when to let him come to you. If he takes a while to respond, resist the urge to send another message right away. Delayed reply doesn't necessarily mean he's not interested. Sometimes he just needs time to process his emotions. And when you don't pressure him, he feels more freedom to seek you out naturally. But good communication alone isn't enough if he feels like your attention is guaranteed at any moment. There's a fundamental detail that makes a man value your presence even more, and that's what you need to understand right now. A common mistake many women make is reorganizing their lives to fit a man into them. After a date, if he realizes that you'll always be there waiting whenever he wants, his interest might start to fade. This happens because human beings tend to value what they're not entirely sure they can have. When you're always available, he doesn't feel the need to put in effort to win you over again. Keeping your routine intact is essential. If he texts you last minute asking you out, you don't have to rush to accept. Having plans, dedicating time to your hobbies, and maintaining your priorities show him that your life doesn't revolve around him. This doesn't mean ignoring or rejecting him on purpose. It simply means naturally showing that you have a life of your own beyond the relationship. Men respect and feel attracted to women who demonstrate control over their own lives. When he sees that you're not desperately waiting for the next date, the dynamic shifts. He starts wondering when he'll see you again, what you're up to, and whether he might lose you to someone else who recognizes your value. This small detail can completely change how he perceives you. But simply being less available isn't enough. There's a way to stand out from other women effortlessly, and that's what will make him feel like you're one of a kind. Most women follow a predictable pattern after intimacy. They wait for him to make the next move, they expect messages, they show anxiety. But if you want him to come back, you need to break this cycle. Men remember women who stand out, who create an unexpected experience, who leave a unique impression. Small details can make all the difference in how he sees you. For example, instead of waiting for a text from him the next day, why not post something that shows your life is moving forward? It doesn't have to be forced, just something natural. That shows you're doing well. This makes him wonder what you're thinking and sparks his desire to reach out. The key is to create curiosity without seeming like you're playing a game. Another way to surprise him is by not reacting the way most women would. If he takes a while to text, you don't get anxious. If he asks you out at the last minute, you genuinely consider whether you want to go or not. This different attitude makes him realize that you're not like the other women he's met. It fuels his desire to understand you more because you're not predictable. But just being different isn't enough to keep his attention. If you want him to keep coming back, you need to create a connection that goes beyond physical attraction. And this happens in a way that very few women know how to use to their advantage. Men don't come back just because of physical desire. They come back because something inside them was touched in a special way. Have you ever noticed how some women are remembered for years, while others are quickly forgotten? That's because the connection built during the date was deeper than just a physical moment. It was a meaningful, unique experience, impossible to compare. Creating this strong memory doesn't mean doing anything extravagant or over the top. Small gestures can leave a lasting impact. The way you look at him, an unexpected phrase in the middle of a conversation, a shared laugh in a spontaneous moment. These little things create the feeling that being with you is different, that your energy is special, and that feeling makes him want more. Another important point is being truly present during your time together. Being fully there, without distractions, without rushing, without suffocating expectations. Men can sense when a woman is enjoying the moment without ulterior motives. And that's rare. When you immerse yourself in the present without constantly thinking about what's next, he feels that lightness. That makes him associate you with something positive, captivating, and irresistible. Now that you know what makes a man come back, the real question is, are you ready to apply this in your life? If you enjoyed these tips, share in the comments which ones you've already used or plan to try. And if you want to learn even more about how to become unforgettable to a man, I have so much more to tell you. If these insights resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss new content. Turn on notifications to always receive tips that will transform the way you approach relationships. And now, watch the next video on the screen. There's something there that you definitely need to know.